student friends. Hope you are fine. Let's go through a grammatical skill experience. Today, I introduce two topics before you. First one, nouns possession. Second, adjectives. Let's go through nouns possession. For singular nouns, we have to add apostrophe s to show possession. Examples: Shaba's bag is on the table. I went to Abhi's house. For singular and plural nouns ending in s, we have to add only apostrophe to show possession. Examples: the students, the students. Mr. Das, Mr. Das. The books of the students books. The bag of Mr. Das bag. For plural nouns not ending in s, we have to add apostrophe s. Mice, mices. The men, the men's. The tails of the mice, the mice's tails. The hats of the men, the men's hats. For non-living objects, we usually do not use apostrophe s to show possession. Examples: the handle of the chair, not chair's handle. The heel of the shoe, not shoe's heel. Let's revise. Apostrophe s is used with singular and plural nouns not ending in s to show possession or belonging. Apostrophe is used with singular and plural nouns ending in s to show possession or belonging. Let's move to the second topic, adjectives. Adjective is a beautiful garden. Adjectives are describing words that tell us more about persons, animals, places and things. Examples: Rohit is flying a pink kite. Pink is the adjective. It was an interesting movie. Interesting is the adjective. Father bought 4 chocolates for me and my sister. 4 is the adjective. The word pink tells us about the color of the kites. The word interesting tells us about the kind of movie. The word 4 tells us about the number of chocolates. These words, pink, interesting and 4, tells us more about the nouns kite, movie and chocolates. Position of adjectives. Adjectives are usually placed before the nouns they describe. Example: he is an old man. Old is an adjective, man is a noun. However, sometimes the adjectives can be placed after a noun. The man is old. Man is a noun, old is the adjective. Types of adjectives. Adjectives can be divided into following types. Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, possessive adjectives. Adjectives of quality tell about the kind of nouns. Adjective of quantity tell about the quantity of nouns. Adjectives of number tell about the number of nouns. Demonstrative adjectives point out to nouns. Interrogative adjectives ask questions. Possessive adjectives show possession. Adjectives of quality. Adjective of quality is an adjective that tells us about the kind or nature of a person, thing or animal. Examples: small, big and large. It answers the question what kind of. This is an interesting book. Interesting is the adjective of quality. It tells us about the kind of book. Meetu is a good dancer. Good is the adjective of quality. It tells us about the kind of dancer. These words interesting, good are adjectives since they tell us about the book and the dancer respectively. Interesting tells us about the kind of book. Good tells us about the kind of dancer that Meetu is. Interesting and good are adjectives of quality. Adjectives of quantity. An adjective of quantity is an adjective that tells us about the quantity of a thing. Example: some, enough and much. It answers the question how much. The teacher gave me some homework for Sunday. Some is the adjective of quantity. It tells us about the quantity of homework. I have enough time to complete the work. Enough is the adjective of quantity. It tells us about the quantity of time. The words some, enough are adjectives since they tell us about the nouns homework and time respectively. Some tells us how much homework the teacher gave. The word enough tells us how much time I have. These adjectives are adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of number. An adjective of number is an adjective that tells us about the number of persons, things or animals. Examples: 1, 2 and many. It answers the question how many. All the students were present at the events. All is the adjective of number. It tells us about the number of students. They will return after 2 weeks. 2 is the adjective of number. It tells us about the number of weeks. The words all and two are adjectives since they describe the nouns students and weeks respectively. All tells us how many students were present. 2 tells us after how many weeks they will return. All and two are adjectives of number. More about adjectives of number and adjectives of quantity. Adjectives like second, fourth, fifth are also adjectives of number. They are called ordinal adjectives and show the order in which a person or thing stands. Some adjectives may be both adjective of quantity and adjective of number depending upon their use. Examples: I have enough work for the day. I have read enough stories over the weekend. In the first sentence, enough tells us how much work. So, it is an adjective of quantity. In the second sentence, enough tells us how many stories. So, it's an adjective of number. Here are some more examples. Some people want to meet you. Some is adjective of number. Meena wanted some money. Some is the adjective of quantity. He drank all the water in the jug. All is the adjective of quantity. All the cows belong to the farmer. All is the adjective of number. Let's learn about some adjectives of quantity and number which convey the same idea. Little, few. Both little and few convey the same idea. But little is an adjective of quantity whereas Few is an adjective of number. Little is used with uncountable nouns. Few is used with countable nouns. Examples: a little time, a little work. Time and work are uncountables. A few people, a few chairs. People and chairs are countables. Next one, much, many. Much and many also convey the same idea. But much is an adjective of quantity, whereas many is an adjective of number. Examples: much help, much work. Help and work are uncountables. Many girls, many books. Girls and books are countables. Demonstrative adjectives. A demonstrative adjective is an adjective which is used to point out naming words. Examples: this, that, these, those, and such. It answers the question, which one? Examples: this bike is Rahul's. This is demonstrative adjective. It tells us which bike. I can see that mango tree. That is demonstrative adjective. It tells us which mango tree. The words this and that are adjectives since they describe bike and tree respectively. The word this points out which bike is Rahul's. The word that points out which mango tree I can see. This and that are demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative means pointing out. More about demonstrative adjectives. This and these are used to point out persons or things which are near. That and those are used to point out persons or things that are far away. That and this are used with singular nouns. Those and these are used with plural nouns. A demonstrative adjective is usually placed before the noun it qualifies. Example: this book is mine. This is demonstrative adjective. Book is noun. This, that, these and those are also used as demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun is usually placed before a verb. Example: this is my book. This demonstrative pronoun is verb. Interrogative adjective. An interrogative adjective is an adjective which asks a question. Examples: what, whose, which. What animal is that? What is interrogative adjective? Whose book are you reading? Whose is interrogative adjective. Which dress do you want? Which is interrogative adjective. The words what, whose, which are adjectives since they describe animal, book and dress respectively. As they ask questions, these adjectives are called interrogative adjectives. Possessive adjectives. A possessive adjective is an adjective that shows possession or belonging. Examples: his, her, our and your. It answers the question whose. My book is lying on the table. My is possessive adjective. It tells us whose book. They sold their house. Their is possessive adjective. It tells us whose house. My and their are adjectives. My tells us that the book belongs to me or is possessed by me. Their house means the house possessed by them or belonging to them. These adjectives show possession or belonging and are called possessive adjectives. Okay, my dear student friends, let's go through these grammar topics and try to be familiar with it. Thank you.